This episode is brought to you by the Dolores Project. The Dolores Project provides 24/7 shelter, supportive housing, and behavioral health services for women, transgender, and non-binary people experiencing homelessness in Denver. The Dolores Project believes everyone deserves a safe place to belong. Their annual fundraiser, Building Belonging, is happening May 7th at Space Gallery in Denver. It's an evening of community, connection, and celebration. Get your tickets now at thedoloresproject.org. Hey Denver, Bree here. At the end of today's episode, I've got a sponsored interview with Multipass. Andy Cambron, CEO, and local artist RIAH are going to talk to me about Hip Hop on the Hill, a huge Memorial Day weekend show at Levitt Pavilion featuring Bone Thugs and Harmony, brought to you by Multipass. Stick around, you're going to want to hear this one.
Welcome to CityCast Denver. I'm Paul Karolyi, and here's what Denver's talking about. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's our May guide. This is our monthly guide to everything awesome in Denver. I've got a few great guests joining me today to recommend something to do/experience, something to eat/drink, and then we've got a special category in honor of one of our guests that I'm very excited to get to. I thought of some fun stuff for it. So with no further ado, our guests today, producer Olivia Jewell is here. Hey Olivia, what's up?
Hi, it's not an honor of me.
Well, some honor.
There's still honor. It's just not special honor.
Our guest of honor, the utmost honor, our other guest joining us for the very first time on the show. She is the writer of our fantastic new newsletter, our Thursday afternoon shopping guide, the Keep It Local newsletter. If you haven't subscribed, you have to, because she's been doing an excellent job. It's something I look forward to every week. Michelle Polizzi, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Are you ready for this? May guide, the best of May?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it. This is our monthly guide. I will say again, the best of Denver, presented by Multipass, a cool event ticketing platform based right here in Denver. They sponsor these monthly guides. They're also just plain awesome. It's a great place to find even more events that we are not getting to. But let's get to it. Our guide to May. Let's start with something to eat or drink. Olivia, do you want to take us away?
I would love to. I am going to recommend something that's been blowing up on TikTok and the interwebs that I've been seeing, and I finally got to try myself, which are the viral soft serve margaritas. And I tried them at the Moose Hill Cantina in, I think technically Lakewood. It's on Colfax. But these are great. I've been seeing these all over the internet, and everyone, well, not everyone, but the Denver contingent was like, when are they hitting Denver? And I believe that Moose Hill was the first place in Denver to get them. So I went and tried them. They're delicious. They have rotating flavors, and they come with all the little accessories. They have a little umbrella in them, a little flower, a lime, obviously, a cherry, and they have, I had a pineapple one, and then I had the peach one, and super good. Very just like, it's like a dessert. It's definitely, don't expect like a margarita. It's a dessert, and the alcohol comes in a little like kind of test tube looking cute little vial thing that's stuck in the side of it. And then you can kind of pour it in, or I guess take it as a shot if that's your vibe. But I felt happy to get on the train. So I knew what everyone was talking about online. They were tasty. Would recommend. Definitely a delicious summer treat.
Yeah. So I'm not on TikTok. You were the first person that alerted me to this being a thing. Is there dairy in these?
I think so. I didn't ask them about the makeup. I was just like, send it. I'm going to eat it. It tasted like there could be. So if you're dairy sensitive, I would definitely ask first, because I couldn't tell. I just ate it. So definitely could make my tummy felt a little crazy afterwards. I still would do it again. So
hey, possibly dairy, but a good time nonetheless.
Yeah, just maybe take your Lactaid before, maybe ask them what's actually in it, or don't. Just send it. It was great. It tasted good, and it was cute. Got some cute pics.
Hey, maybe it'll be great. Maybe.
Oh, it will be great.
It'll be great for sure. Okay, Michelle, how about you? Something to eat and or drink in May?
Yes. So I'm going to recommend what I think is the perfect spring drink, perfect caffeinated drink, which is a iced matcha with lemon curd, a
Ooh.
spring special at Moonflower Coffee Shop. So it's an iced matcha. You can add on lemon cold foam, oat cold foam on
Ooh.
top. And it is like the most delicious matcha I've ever had. It's so good.
Their
Lemon
matcha?
curd?
Yes.
Where do they put the lemon curd in the drink?
It's on the bottom, right?
It seemed mixed in to the matcha,
Huh.
and then so that's all blended. It's thick. It's like a thicker matcha, and then on top you get the cold foam. That's also lemon, so you get like the double lemon action.
It sounds very spring.
I've had their strawberry matcha at Moonflower. They do matcha right. It's so good. It's like really that you're not getting any like watery light green BS. Like you are getting a bright green delicious matcha. So good.
Yes,
I got to try this
yes. And I know, similar to what you were saying, matcha's having a moment for sure
Yeah.
right now. It's lots of people are getting into it, and so I think people are looking for like what's the best matcha. And if you haven't tried this one, you got to get it.
Hell
one.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Nice. Okay, my turn. I hope this is not too controversial because I know that this kind of thing has been like politicized recently. The whole like push towards more natural ingredients and less food dyes.
Are you giving us beef tallow? Are we getting a beef tallow pick?
This is
Uh-oh.
me officially endorsing RFK Jr. Here on our May guide to Denver. No, of course I'm not doing that. But yes, I am talking. I do want to talk about beef tallow.
Oh my God.
But I actually have two things because I was going to talk about the beef tallow thing, and then I was 7-Eleven last night, and they had the new Naked Doritos, which is my favorite chip, and I love chips. They have
Doritos.
nacho cheese Doritos, naked with none of the dyes. Same great flavor. I loved it. This is my new favorite thing. I loved this. But I'm kind of excited about the whole category because I had a great experience with Crown Burger, which is a fast food place on South Colorado Boulevard. It's the only location of Crown Burger in the state, I believe. It's a chain from Utah. But this place is like frozen in time. You walk in, it looks like how McDonald's used to look in the 90s with plastic molded booths. And it was just like immediately a nostalgia blast for me going in here. And then they had these signs that said, no seed oils. We fry everything in beef tallow. And I was just like very there for it. I got fries. I got onion rings. Both fantastic. They do really thick cut fries. Their specialty, which I did not try, is pastrami. They put like pastrami on a burger and they'll sell you a pastrami sandwich. So that's what they want to sell you. I didn't try that. I can't vouch for that. But the sides, I had a really good time with Crown Burger. They call themselves Denver's best fast food. So see for yourself this May.
So I have a question going back to the Doritos. Do they taste as good when your fingers aren't orange? Because that's a big part of the experience for me.
It is. It has been for a long time. And I thought, I didn't mind. I didn't miss it.
Really?
And I don't even like the orange. I realized I don't even want it. Like
I
didn't
am
mind
Red 40
it before.
maxing this year. So I don't know if I could give it up. It makes me work really fast. That's how this podcast gets made, by the power of Red 40.
By the power of Red 40 cheese dust. Your laptop is just so grubby and sticky.
It's got like Swedish fish just stuck to it everywhere.
Hey, but the episode gets out every morning, so it's working. Okay, so that was something to eat and or drink. Those are our picks. Let's move on to our next category. Something to do or experience in May. Something to make the most of living in Denver in May. Michelle, how about you start us off this time?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start by saying that I love the idea of trivia. I love like getting friends together and, like the energy and the hype, but it's also really stressful and anxiety inducing. And like when you think you have an answer and your friend has a different answer and you go with theirs and then yours actually was the right one, it's like the worst feeling, or vice versa. Like if you're like, no, mine's right, and then you're wrong and your friend was right. It's like, I just can't get over that feeling. It upsets me so much. So I found an alternative.
It sounds like you've had a personal experience with exactly this thing recently. Are you
Sounds like
referring
we've
to
got a
something?
friendship breakup happening.
No friendship breakups, but just it's a sense of regret that I really don't want to experience again. Music bingo.
Yes.
Specifically bingo tunes at Denver Beer Co. I went there a few weeks ago, and they have new themes every month. So they'll be rolling out new themes in May. And so it's like different music themes. So it'll be like love songs, or the one I went to was covers. And it's a really fun way to hang out with your friends and do like a trivia-like thing, but without that stress. And I think it brings up a lot of fun conversations. You know, like we started talking about like the first concerts that we ever went to, and it was more social than trivia as well.
I love music bingo.
And I actually won my first bingo tune. So
yeah.
Hello.
That's that. This specific one I'm talking about is Bingo Tunes at Bingo Tunes on Instagram. And it's a great little locally owned game business and would highly recommend it.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That sounds so much fun. I do know what you mean about trivia. That is kind of stressful and like sometimes tense. And so let me ask you a logistical question about the bingo though. So I'm sitting here with my bingo card and I have like names of songs in each box, or I have names of artists in each box, and then someone plays the song, or how does it actually work?
Yeah, so you'll have all like the names of the songs on the bingo card, and then you'll hear the song and you have to know what the song is to be able to mark it off.
I see.
And everybody's got like a different card, just like bingo. Love bingo. I love music bingo. I've played this at the brewery by my place. The thing that gets me, and I love calling people out for it, is a bunch of the people at the brewery by my place use Shazam to play this.
Oh, get the hell out of here. Shazam.
And they're like, it's not cheating. They said we can do it. And I was like, okay, just take the joy and whimsy out of the game then. Like, just take the like entire point of the game and like ruin it.
That's fully cheating.
Yeah. And they're like, no, they said it's not cheating. And I'm like, okay, like just say you don't know the song. Like, why are you even playing? Just drink your beer and be lonely. But anyway, this is such a great pick, Michelle. I love music bingo.
That is great. I've never heard of it.
It's super fun.
I kind of want to try it. That sounds really fun.
It's way better than trivia.
Okay, I will go next. And I am so excited about this recommendation.
Ooh.
When I learned that this was a thing, I went on an adventure. It takes some backstory though. So basically I'm recommending a hike. That's where this ends. But the backstory is we did a recent episode of the podcast with a regular contributor, Michelle Jackson, who's so fantastic, about Colorado's role in science fiction. And I quoted from this academic paper which went into this history of how Colorado fits in this genre, and one of the things this person Carl Abbott was writing about was this idea, this like kind of trope, this conspiracy theory that Denver has been considered a backup capital where the federal government could operate if there is an apocalypse or if Washington D.C. is bombed out of existence or whatever. And so the paper itself was a little bit wishy-washy on this. It was not the focus of Carl's work. So I emailed Carl because that's the piece that I'm like really interested in where that comes from, that idea. And Carl wrote back and he said, the idea was hatched by a person named John Brisbane Walker. And he pointed me to one of the all-time great Wikipedia pages. This guy, John Brisbane Walker, I had no idea who this was. He is a foundational figure in Denver history, super influential. He's like the Forrest Gump of Colorado. Just an incredible person. I'm going to put a link to this Wikipedia page in the show notes, but I'll give you some highlights. He served in the Chinese army after he got kicked out of West Point in the 1860s. He moved to Colorado and started an alfalfa farm that became the largest in the state. He bought land on the Platte and built an amusement park featuring a medieval castle where he put on Denver's first rodeo. He moved back east and saved Cosmopolitan magazine. He bought it and became an editor. He made multiple fortunes and lost multiple fortunes over the course of his life. He worked with the Wright brothers. He ended up buying land out near Morrison, and he was the first person to put a physical stage in Red Rocks. He owned Red Rocks and helped build it into what it is today. He later in life pitched the idea of creating a mountain park system to Denver City Council, which we now have. This is one of the best things about Denver is we have these mountain parks. But here's where we get to the good part. In the early 1900s, he built a castle for himself to live in on top of Mount Falcon, just outside of Morrison. And after a few years living there, he hatched this idea for a summer White House where the president of the United States would be able to live and vacation with his family in the summers. And he proposed building it on his own property on this beautiful bluff outside Morrison. And he raised some money and he actually built a foundation and placed a cornerstone up on this bluff. So you can go hike to this. And I did a couple weeks ago. You hike up Mount Falcon. It takes like 2 hours. There's not a lot of tree cover, but then there's a lot up at the top. It's like a 5-hour hike round trip. But you can hike up to the actual site where he proposed a summer White House. You can look at the design that he commissioned from a Denver architect of like a Bavarian castle mashup with the White House. It's a very interesting story. And then there's the ruins of his own castle. He called it a castle. It was his house up on top of Mount Falcon that ended up burning down when lightning hit it. But incredible story. It seems like it's the beginning of this conspiracy theory, and it's all still there. You can go visit it. It's a great day hike. So that's my recommendation for May. It's a great time for a hike. Go check out the origin story of this incredible Denver myth and a fascinating character, John Brisbane Walker.
Wow.
I know it's a lot. I know.
That was so much. It's also like, damn, he was busy. He was doing everything.
He really was.
Like, I'm doing nothing with my life. Jesus. God, I need more hobbies. Also, imagine being like, you know what? I'm going to build an extra house for the president on my property. Like, you know what? Like, yeah, he can come stay with me. Like, that sounds good.
The audacity to be like, yeah, my property here. Like, I'd like the president to come hang out with me in the summer times.
Yeah, sure. He could come stay on my property. Like,
crazy,
what?
Crazy proposal.
That's great. That's
all
great.
Right. That's something to do. Oh, wait, no, Olivia, your turn.
I gotta go. Yeah.
Something to do / experience.
Okay, yeah. This one I'm really excited about. Okay, I'm recommending Bugs and Brews, the Insect Derby, which is hosted on May 1st from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Butterfly Pavilion. So I have to give a small caveat here. I'm afraid of butterflies, but in general, I like other bugs. So I'm intrigued but hesitant about this event, but I think this sounds really fun. So as I know it, the Derby is happening this weekend, but the Butterfly Pavilion is doing their own Derby, and it's a 21 plus event, celebrating invertebrates. And so your ticket to this event, you get 2 drinks. You can explore the exhibit. There's a derby hat contest. So if you make a bug-inspired derby hat, you'll be entered into this contest. And there's a dung beetle derby activity. So there's exhibit questions, and you're on a team. It sounds like some sort of beetle trivia. And then there's cockroach racing, leafcutter ant feeding, and then other like up close animal encounters, I assume, with the butterflies flying around, which sounds like a nightmare to me. But I would like to go see the other stuff. Like they've got sea stars, stick bugs, stuff like that. So I don't know. It sounds really fun. And I love the idea of these hats and the fact that it's a 21 plus event dedicated to bugs.
Normally, this is a place for kids. Butterfly Pavilion, people might know, but this, for adults only.
This is a 21 plus event. I think it sounds so funny and whimsical, and I think I could put aside my butterfly feelings for a night to go experience this.
Wow, that sounds fun.
It sounds awesome.
Friday
honestly.
night with the bugs.
Friday night, yeah. So please, if you go, please send me a picture of your hat. I need to see it.
All right, let's move on to our final category. This is our special rotating category. Every time we do it a little differently, and we thought this time we would keep it local to celebrate our awesome Thursday afternoon shopping guide newsletter, which again, you should subscribe to if you haven't already. It's a very good newsletter. But we are going to talk about how to keep Mother's Day local. Mother's Day, reminder, May 10th. It's coming up soon. So if you haven't got a plan yet, we got some ideas for how to do Mother's Day best in Denver this year. Olivia, why don't you kick us off?
Yes. Okay. So my plan for Mother's Day is actually something I did with my mom. My mom doesn't live here, but she was here recently, and we did this. So this is my plan for you. It went over great. So
Mom approved.
tried and true, tested, mom approved. Um, we're gonna start at the Babe's Tea Room in Golden to do high tea. This is such a cute place if you haven't been. It's very girly, lots of, cute floral everything in there. And their high tea is great. You get I think you get unlimited pots when you do the high tea, and they bring the whole tower of the savory and the sweet treats on it.
So good.
It's delicious. You can definitely get some really cute pics with your mom. You could also, if it's nice out, do it on their patio outside Riverside because it's right along the Clear Creek in Golden. So,
that sounds gorgeous.
yeah, it's amazing. And even if you're inside, it's also gorgeous. They also have alcoholic drinks if you want to do that. We just did the tea and all the snacks. But so that'll take I think it's 90 minutes, 2 hours of your time. So we started there, did that, stuffed ourselves with little pastries and tea. And then we walked along Minor Street, I believe is the main street in Golden. Next, we went to a little boutique called Look What I Found Boutique. And it's this really weird, just women's clothing store that just has a bunch of very odd fashion accessories and clothes. And it's just a place that I have not seen much like it anywhere else. A lot of very eccentric purses and accessories and clothes and just some really weird flashy stuff that I think is really great. And even if you're not going to buy anything, even if it's not your style, it's super fun to go in there and look at stuff, especially with your mom. Just be like, oh my God, mom, look at this purse. I don't know. I just love going in there. I've bought stuff from there, surprising no one, but love that store. Super fun to go in. And then
this store is so up your alley. I'm looking at the website. This is like Olivia the store.
It's very eccentric. I love it. It's super fun. And they've got some stuff from local artists in there too. So it's very fun. And then we're going to go over to Red Wagon, which is a little gift store also on Minor Street. They have lots of I believe local made gifts and stuff. I really like it because they have a great selection of jelly cats, which are the bougie stuffed animal I really like. So I'm with my mom and I want to go look at those, but also maybe get her a little souvenir while she's in Denver or something to send back to someone. I don't know, just my mom and I like looking at little tchotchkes together. So do that. And then we're going to end the day just walking it off along the river, along Clear Creek. There's such a beautiful little area to just walk on along the river. That's a
really good call for Mother's Day. Stroll.
Yeah, I gotta have a nice.
If the weather is nice.
Yeah, if the weather's nice, walk after all that tea and pastries. Get your little fart walk in. It's just good. It's just nice. So that's my day that I've planned with my mom.
Love that.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Michelle, how about you? You want to go next?
Yeah. So my mom also doesn't live here, but I'm a big fan of experience gifts, doing something together versus here's just a thing to have. And I have a crafty mom. So my pick is designing your own hat at Gem Hats. It's this hat bar in Lohi. So you pick out your hat, what color you want, and then they can give you the style. So it can be flat brim or a little bit Western curved up or full cowboy style. So you can customize that. And then you pick, beads and different string and leather and feathers and gems and all kinds of stuff to put on it. And then you can also brand your hat. So you can do initials, or they have a bunch of little pictures that you can choose from to put on your hat. And I did this myself and it was really fun. And I would love to do it with my mom. I think it's fun because you're creating something together. It's an experience. It's a cute shop on the second floor overlooking the street, and they have wine and stuff that you can have while you're in there. And then, you can walk out with your hats because you're making it, you're finishing it. It's not one of those things where you have to go back and pick it up later. So you can walk out with your hat on, and then you can go to dinner somewhere, maybe Wildflower, which is right around the corner. It's a really nice restaurant. So that's my pick. Something crafty, something experience. Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
I love that you get to take your hat with you. I'm such a I want it now type of
Me
person.
too. Yeah.
And I'm like, if I can wear it out, I'm always going to be that person. I'm like, we're wearing these to dinner right
Definitely.
now.
Yeah. That whenever you get new shoes when you're a kid. Well, I still do this, but then you your new shoes look so much better than your old shoes. And you're like, I'm actually just wearing them right now.
Yeah.
But then you just scan the box.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, I'll bring us home. My Mother's Day picks for Denver this month. This was tough. And I was thinking about my mother-in-law who lives up in up north outside of Longmont, and I was thinking about my mom who lives in upstate New York, and all this great stuff that I've done with them. And but I think I have to pick an event that my mom and I went to Santa Fe a few months ago and had a really nice time seeing this classical music show at this I think it was an old church just off Santa Fe. There was modernist composers and we just had a really nice time. And so I was thinking about that when I saw the listing for this event happening at the Clifford Still Museum. No, at the Betcher Concert Hall, but it's inspired by Clifford Still, the artist who we have this museum dedicated to. Apparently they have this program where they bring in artists. So they, and this guy named Jason Clark, the composer, he went to the museum, did research on Clifford Still's life, and then he composed a unique piece of music inspired by the works of Clifford Still. And they're performing it for the first time on May 7th at the Betcher Concert Hall. Tickets are $40. You can really splurge and do a cocktail meet and greet with this Jason Clark guy and hear all about his process. But I thought this sounded fascinating. I mean, my mom and I have gone to the Clifford Still Museum and had a good time. That's just a great thing to do with people visiting from out of town. That's one of my favorite museums in town. But such a special thing that happened, this connection. So for any Denverite who's been to this museum, or maybe it'd be a great day to go to the museum and then go to the concert in the evening. I can't wait to hear this. And then I have a dinner recommendation as well for before the show, because a great local restaurateur, business owner, possible future political leader, she's getting increasingly involved in local politics, Mary Wynn, who owns Olive and Finch, is just opened what I think is her biggest location in the Golden Triangle, so just a few blocks away. It looks like they got a ton of good salad options, bigger, more ambitious entrees than they've done before. It seems like it's the kind of Olive and Finch that's more like my favorite location of hers, which is the Cherry Creek one, which is a Little Finch branded place. And I really enjoy that restaurant. So that's what I would recommend. Olive and Finch, nice, clean, elevated salad sandwiches, and then an evening of music inspired by an artist whose work you may have a relationship with already.
That sounds so cool.
I love that.
Enjoy, moms. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck
Woohoo.
for Mother's Day, everybody.
Great.
And once again, keep it local. We're going to talk about Mother's Day in the newsletter next week, right? I think we're going to do a roundup of more Mother's Day picks.
Yes.
Michelle, how's that? How are you feeling about that?
Yeah. We're going to just highlight.
Do we need more? I think we should get listeners to write in.
Mm-hmm. If anybody has any ideas for creative, fun gifts, experience ideas for moms and mother figures, I think based on interests is what we're going to do. So something for the outdoorsy mom, something for the crafty mom. So feel free to email me. Would love to hear from you anytime.
We'll put a link to that in the show notes if you got ideas. If you got a local business that you love, that people should know about, that maybe needs a little bit more support, or if you are a local business owner and you want to get shouted out, please reach out. We'd love to get you in there and keep it local next week. But I think we've reached the end of the show. So Olivia, Michelle, thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks. This was fun.
Thank you.
And listeners, if you are listening on the free feed, stick around for a sponsored interview with our friends at the cool new local event platform Multipass. They sponsor these monthly guides, and so if you want even more options of awesome stuff to do in May, I highly recommend checking out multipass.com and listening to their CEO, Andy, who's got some picks of his own. Bye.
Hey, Bree here with Andy Cambron, CEO of Multipass and local Denver artist RIAH. We're talking about one of the biggest shows hitting Denver this Memorial Day weekend. Andy and RIAH, welcome.
Hey, Bree.
Hey, Bree.
So, Andy, Hip Hop on the Hill is happening Memorial Day weekend at Levitt Pavilion. Set the scene for us. What is this event and who is on the bill?
Like you mentioned, it's taking place on Friday, May 22nd. That's the weekend of Memorial Day. And it's at Levitt Pavilion. And headlining the show is going to be Bone Thugs and Harmony. We also have a bunch of local talent, such as like Dizzy Wright, K.O. Kelly, and then RIAH, who's on the podcast as well. But also joining, we're going to have Little Eazy-E, which is Eazy-E's son.
No way.
Yeah, as well as N. Hale, who is Nate Dogg's son. One of my favorite up-and-coming rappers. He's based out of Kansas, I believe. His name is Seuss Mace. He's absolutely fantastic. He's been to Denver a few times already. And and then we got a bunch of other local talent on the ticket as well.
You just mentioned all these awesome artists, Bone Thugs and Harmony, sort of this, the family tree of hip hop from the 90s, which is like where my heart is. But how did this happen? What makes this lineup so special, Andy?
So we've been working on building, something special here, and getting Bone Thugs and Harmony on the bill was just really about timing and having the right relationships. I mean, they're icons, and their sound still hits across multiple generations. And what makes this lineup really special is that it's not just a throwback; it's really blending a lot of the legacy with really what's happening in Denver today. So you kind of get a full spectrum in one night.
I love this. I love this intergenerational, but also like new artists versus legacy artists. Raya, you're one of these local Denver artists sharing this stage. What does it mean to be on a bill like this, and what can people expect from your set?
It's going to be such an honor, and it already is such an honor. And I think especially being right now, I think I'm the only woman on the set list, and Levitt Pavilion is just such an iconic venue. This show is going to be really special. I know for my set, I've got dancers, I've got my band. I am an aerialist, so I'm going to be doing some of that and some pole work as well during my set. Just really wanted to bring the best, especially for a lineup like this.
Oh my God, this sounds incredible. And I agree. Levitt Pavilion, what a space to hold this incredible show. I mean, I'm a child of this era. I grew up with Bone Thugs on MTV every day. So to see them with folks like you, people in our own community, this is going to be so amazing. Andy, Raya, I appreciate you so much. Thank you both for joining me.
Thanks, Bree.
Thank you, Bree.
So Hip Hop on the Hill goes down Friday, May 22nd at Levitt Pavilion, Denver. Grab your tickets at multipass.com, and we'll have a link for you in the show notes. Thanks again for listening.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed the show, why not take a minute to tell the descendants of John Brisbane Walker about us? Rate the show wherever you eat your podcasts, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at CityCast Denver, and subscribe to our morning newsletter at denver.citycast.fm. Thank you so much to all of our new members who have joined the membership program. You too can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Denver neighbor today at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you then.